All of us have heard of high intensity workout. But have you heard of high intensity impact? In today's video, we will learn about high intensity impact. Hey folks, I'm CSK and you're watching me on the CSKSpeaks channel. Welcome. This incident was narrated to me by my professor, and the way he narrated left an everlasting impact on my life. In today's times, we live with people all around us. Especially in cities, we live in apartments. We have got neighbors whom we don't even recognize. We've got so many people interacting with us on a daily basis, but almost none of them matter to us beyond that issue or beyond that acquaintance for which we engage with them. Maybe some transaction, maybe something which I need to give it to them or something I need to take it from them. It's all that. None of them, or hardly few of them, leave an everlasting impact on our lives. Keeping family members and close people aside, I don't think we can really count on our fingers as to who have left an high intensity impact in our lives. But when my professor said this, I realized for the first time that it does not take long to leave a high intensity impact on people. It takes just a moment, and in that moment you can actually create wonders for the people in front of you and around you. When my professor was a member of the University Grants Commission, he was there on some inspection at Benares. And after the inspection work and all the regular office routine, he and his colleague decided to make a visit to Pandit Bismillah Khan's residence. Bismillah Khan, as we all know, is a maestro in the world of music, Shehnai, as we popularly call that instrument. He's a Bharat Ratna, one of the most honored, decorated musical legends of this country. So when my professor got an opportunity to visit him, he was excited and delighted. So he jumped at the offer, and that evening both he and his colleague went to make a visit to Panditji's residence. My professor says he was living in a very, very ordinary house. Almost you can count him as a lower middle class family. Nothing was great about his living standards or his living style. So they sat there. After the initial pleasantries, they started having some snacks and evening tea, and then since the professor's colleague knew Bismillah Khan very well, they started striking a conversation. After a lot of talk, Panditji looked at my professor and asked him, "So, tell me about you. Is there anything which you want to know about me?" He wanted to have a conversation with my professor. Professor was waiting for this opportunity, and immediately he asked him, "Panditji, you are a Bharat Ratna. You are a celebrity in your own right. In fact, meeting you itself is a great opportunity. But you have asked me to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask you this. In this long journey," because he was 85 by then, "in this long journey of yours, do you remember one moment where somebody has left an impression on you? Or let me rephrase it. Do you remember one incident which is very dear to you?" So Panditji, after listening to that question intently, gets up from the cot on which he was sitting. He asked my professor for some help because he needs some shoulder to put his hand on and then walk front. So my professor walked up to him, gave him his shoulder. Panditji steered him to the almirah at the corner of the room, and then as he approached the almirah, he opened the almirah, and in all the almirahs you'll have these lockers, small little safe boxes. So he opened that, and from inside he pulled out a polythene bag. So my professor said, I thought he is going to pull out the Bharat Ratna medal to show it to me and say that this is the most memorable moment of my life. So he was waiting, but Panditji did not pull out whatever was the content of that polythene right there. He took him out towards the main door because it was almost getting dark, so he wanted him to come out to the main door where he could catch the last few sun rays and show him his prized possession. So when they went there, from within that polythene bag, he pulls out a jacket which he wore 50 years ago, right? And he holds it right in front of my professor and then points towards the shoulder of the jacket and says, here. It was here he touched. My professor did not understand. Who touched and where? Asked my professor. So Panditji said, it was here Bapu kept his hand. And then recollects a story. 1937 or 1938, when I was giving a performance, Mahatma Gandhiji happened to be in the audience. And soon after the performance, when I went to take his blessings, he kept his hand on my shoulder, that part of the jacket, and said, it was wonderful. Bahut acha tha. That very moment, I realized that I have had this impact and this thing on my life, which is not going to be reversible. Getting a glimpse of Bapu itself was a great thing, but I had the honor of being touched, blessed by him. And from that day till now, I have preserved the jacket safely. And when you asked, young man, when you asked me the question, what is your prized possession? Who has left an everlasting impact on you? I couldn't help but pull out this from the locker. So saying this, my professor says, all our lives we wonder. We wonder that we are doing this, we are doing that, we are achieving this, we are contributing this, and we feel great about ourselves. There's nothing wrong about it. But it is those moments when we don't realize we are leaving a high intensity impact on people around us. I mean, look at that incident where Bapu just touched and said it was wonderful. For all you know, Mahatma Gandhi did not even realize that this jacket would be preserved 50 years later. So friends, all I want to tell you through this, what my professor said, is it is those moments when you don't realize is where you leave high intensity impact on people around you. So that smile in the lift for your neighbor may be a high intensity impact moment for that person. For all you know, that neighbor needed that smile very badly. So go on and leave that high intensity impact for people around your life. Thank you very much for watching CSK Speaks. Do like, share and comment so that we can build this community step by step.